Hello, my name is Julio. I am Brazilian from the city of Rio de Janeiro. I am 30 years old and I am an English teacher. I have been teaching English since 2015, which makes 5 years now, and I love to teach English, but that's not the beginning of my story with the English language. Since I was very little of age, since I was around 6 years old, after learning how to read and write in Portuguese in my native language, I decided that I wanted to become fluent in English. But my family lacked the financial means to support me into this endeavor, so I decided to study by myself. So through listening to music, watching movies, watching series, and everything I had available, I started studying English. Only at the age of 12, through the support of one aunt of mine, I could start my formal studies of English in a formal institution with formal teachers and etc. So, from the age of 12 until the age of 15, I studied non-stoppingly in an English school, one of the best in Brazil, and funded by my aunt. But my aunt passed away in 2007. So from 2007 on, I had to stop studying English. So until in 2008, I found an opportunity sponsored by the U.S. Department of State through the U.S. Embassy in Brazil and the U.S. Consulate in my city in Rio de Janeiro. That was aimed at sponsoring the 2 last years of English education for teenagers from high schools with excellent academic background and grades, and a lot of recommendations from teachers and the school itself. And I was fit for this spot. So I talked to my parents and to my school and applied for this program, and I was accepted, fortunately. So my 2 last years of English school in my teenagerhood days were supported and sponsored by the U.S. Department of State. After I finished this English course supported publicly by the U.S., I was among the best students, so they invited me to participate in an English immersion program that lasted 2 weeks in the capital of my country, Brasilia. And everything I wanted to do or to communicate while this program was going on had to be in English. So it was a leap, a great leap in my skills of speaking, because I was obliged to speak in English for the first time in my life. In the end of these 2 weeks, I was considered one of the best students again. So I was invited to take a set of tests, including ECCE, ECPE from Michigan University, TOEFL, and TELP. And after they got my scores, I was also invited, because I was considered one of the best students as well, I was invited again to participate in a further program sponsored by them called Opportunity Grants. In this program, they sponsored my SATs and another TOEFL exams, so I could be accepted, or I could at least apply for American universities in order to become a Brazilian foreign student from a poor social background in American universities. I was accepted in 4 out of the 5 universities I applied to, but I didn't have the financial means to attend to the universities in there, although they had given me scholarships, but they were not enough for me. So fortunately, I had already had a good educational background both in English and in the basic subjects, and I could be accepted for university here in Brazil. I was accepted to Fluminense Federal University, a public institution in my state, in Rio de Janeiro state, and in there I took a BA degree in international relations. After these 4 years of education, I decided to go to master's degree in Instituto de Estudos Sociais e Políticos of the Universidade do Estado do Rio de Janeiro, UERJ, also a very excellent university in my state. And in there I took a master's degree in sociology. After the master's degree finished, I decided I wanted to be a teacher. And out of the subjects I studied and I could teach, I decided to teach English. So there is now 5 years that I teach English at an institution, but before I had also worked as an interpreter and a freelance translator. But being a teacher in the classroom is my calling. So I really hope to be considered one of the candidates for Hebei University Teaching English program as a second language, and I really hope to learn a lot more from Chinese language and culture and from Baoding itself. So thank you a lot for the consideration, and I hope to be a teacher with you guys soon. Bye.